Hi folks, I'd like to give you a quick tutorial on digital calendaring. I use Google Calendar and I recommend that everyone and all of my clients use a digital calendar of some type that can be used on your phone as well as your laptop. I particularly like Google Calendar and Google email myself, but this is one way that you can do it. It's free, it's easy. So what you have to do to get a Google Calendar is actually create a Google account. So you see I already have one, but if you don't have one, you can sign in and set yourself up an account. But let's go ahead and sign in and I will take you to Google Calendar. This is what it looks like. It's pretty easy. You can color code it as you see for different types of events. And what you can see is you can actually look at a month overview, a day, a week, whatever view you want. But the benefits of Google Calendar are huge. Take for instance, I had done a trip to San Francisco last week and I didn't have to carry any papers whatsoever. Whenever I set up my reservation at the hotel and for the event, I actually put where it was and I put my confirmation number right there in it. So when I checked in to the hotel, I actually had the information there. Better yet, when I get ready to hop onto my flight at Virgin, I didn't have to carry anything. I just walked up to the terminal, had my confirmation number, plugged it into their computer, and boom, out printed my boarding pass. Now, what's also interesting and cool is that I had also invited my husband to this event so that he also had the information in his calendar on what time we were leaving, when we were landing, so on and so forth. So when I save this event, see, you have an option whether you can send or not send that invitation to the person that you want. I'm not going to send it since it's a past event, but that just shows you right there and then the power of that. What happened that evening, I had another event as soon as I flew in, so I actually scheduled it, and I didn't really know where this place was at Dynamics in downtown, so I put the Google map, I put it right there onto my calendar with the timing and the information about it so that whenever I would know what I would need to do, and I decided I was just going to take a cab up. And so what happened whenever I called Uber and got a taxi cab ride, I knew exactly where to tell them to go. Now, if I was driving, what's even cooler is that I could actually show it on the map where I was actually heading to, and I could get directions. Let's say I wanted to get directions from the Marriott, and it would tell me exactly how long it would take and the directions to get there via car or whatever. So it gave me the route options as well. So that was pretty nice. That was a different Marriott that I put in, not the one I was at, which is waterfront. But that just gives you an idea of how powerful it is. You can see where you're going and where you're coming from very easily. And it just made it so easy when I got to the Uber part of it to say where I was heading. But what you can do within this calendaring system is you can set up specific calendars. You can add calendars for specific people. You can look at other people's calendars, and you can also add calendars. So it allows you to really see what's happening in the world. If I want to see the holidays calendar, you know, here's daylight savings time, and automatically told me when it was. And, you know, if I want to see what's going on in my husband's world, I can look at his calendar. So I can choose to look at any or all of the calendars at the same time, or choose only specific ones, which really helps keep things, you know, a lot easier. So it's less complicated to look at, you know, the family calendar versus my calendar. You can overlay any of them as you wish. So that is the experience that I have with Google Calendars. I love it. I don't think I'll ever change. And I encourage you to get onto some type of a calendaring system in your life that's digital because it really, really helps. So take, for instance, I'm going to a client appointment tomorrow. I have exactly where I'm going, and my client's been notified. And this is a fake address, by the way. But whenever I'm driving in the car, I can actually pull it up again and ask my car to tell me where to drive to using that system. So it's very helpful. It also is really good when it comes down to doing your tax return and you have to justify the miles that you spent driving in your car. They're all right there to recreate and see where you were and why you spent so many miles on the car and so on and so forth. So there you have it, folks. I hope that you go into digital calendaring. If you're watching this and you already use some type of a digital calendar that syncs with your phone as well as your laptop, I would love to hear any tips and tricks that you've come up with to use a calendar to your best abilities and to help it simplify your life. So anything that you have to add to this, please put in the comment section below. And I look forward to seeing what you all do as well. I will see you later. Signing off, Kathy Burns. Add space to your life.